Hey guys, I'm Kat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen floor. The reason we are sitting on my kitchen floor kind of in the dark is because I wanted to tell a story that had happened to me in October of 2017. I was inspired by the creepy side of YouTube, big shock. But some of my favorite channels here on YouTube are like Corpse Husband, Lazy Masquerade. I love Rob Dyke. I love hearing creepy, spooky narrations, and that's basically what I listen to all day today. And it kind of inspired me to share a story that happened to me in October near Halloween in 2017. And I kind of wanted a creepy ambiance, so I'm sitting in front of one of my windows because it's dark outside. It's currently 8:53 here in Utah and it's already dark. And I just kind of wanted to make this video because I find it really interesting. So this is the story of the guy with the clown mask tattooed on his face. As I said, this had to have been sometime in 2017 because it happened around the time that the clown craze happened. I think that was in 2017, but I can't really remember because it happened and then it was like everybody forgot about it. But it was in October. I do remember that. And my coworker / friend and I were closing the store of where I work. For those of you that don't know, I work in an adult store, so we get our fair share of weirdos, and there's something about October that just brings out not just the good weird, but the bad weird. The kind of weird that makes you scared to walk around at night because you know someone's lurking. So her and I are closing the store. It's just me and her, and it's late. We only have a couple in the store, a big burly dude who is a veteran, and he's built. He's 6'3", maybe 6'4". He's a big guy. And then he has his wife with him who is also pretty built. And she's trying on stuff. She's trying on costumes and other things. After a while, a group of 5 people come in. And there was something about this group of people that was off because I'm someone that believes in energies a lot. I'm someone that believes that I'm very connected to energies and that I can sense them really well. And people have a specific kind of energy, and when someone has bad intent, I think that you can feel it. Like part of you and your intuition knows that. But a group of 5 people came in, 2 guys, 3 women. And one of the guys is carrying an orange jumpsuit. So there was a rumor started at some point that where I work will buy old prison jumpsuits. Which, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, I believe selling prison jumpsuits is actually against the law and can actually send you back to jail because it is a government issued item. So I believe it's against the law. So usually when people ask us if we'll buy them, that's what I share with them. Partly because I think it is against the law, but also we don't buy them. So, but he was carrying an orange jumpsuit and asked and said that he heard from someone that we buy them. I shared with him that we don't, it's actually against the law, and that's a great way to go back to prison because it is illegal. So he nods, he's like, okay, I didn't know that, good to know. And he proceeds to tell me that it's not his jumpsuit. It's Fred's, he's just getting rid of it. Which typically, 10 times out of 1, I know that it's your jumpsuit, and really I don't care. But the fact that you feel like you need to hide it, that's what makes me nervous. So this obviously puts her and I on edge because unfortunately with that kind of thing, there's a stereotype because you start to think, okay, why did this person go to prison? How long were they in prison? And do I need to be worried? And also, where we work, when groups of people come in, it's kind of nerve-wracking because sometimes when someone's going to steal something, they will have 2 or 3 people distract you while the other one steals something. But it's just really hard to keep track of that many people, and it was late. And the fact that I was feeling this energy, but so she was too, and that it was making her uncomfortable, really kind of put both of us on edge, because we didn't want to leave each other alone with these people. So they're walking around the store, they're looking around. Two of the women are looking at eyelashes. Someone else is looking at other stuff. And this guy who had the prison jumpsuit was the person that was freaking me out the most. The person that had the energy that was just turning my stomach the most. Part of that reason could be because he had a clown mask tattooed on his face, along with 3 teardrops underneath his right eye. Now again, I could be wrong, because I have heard that in the gang world, when you have teardrops on underneath your eye, it means you've killed someone. Now, that could be completely ill-informed. I heard it from someone who might not know that, but when you think you know that knowledge, when someone tells you, oh, by the way, in the gang world, if someone has teardrops on their face, it means they've killed people. That's in your brain. Even if it's not real or not, you think about it and think, okay, well, this person is obviously dangerous. But I started to feel bad, because I was starting to feel like I was kind of stereotyping this person, because he had a prison jumpsuit and he has a clown mask tattooed on his face. So I'm thinking, obviously, he's bad news because of that. Which doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of people who have face tattoos that are really decent people. But what made me nervous was that both me and my coworker / friend were feeling the same things. The same unease, the same worry, that we were staying in the enclosure of our counters because we didn't want to leave that space, because one, we were worried about each other, but also we didn't want to be close to these people. So after a while, they're still walking around the store. Meanwhile, this big burly guy that was in there already is still waiting for his wife to be done. And most of the people are on one side of the store and we're on the other. And this guy walks up to us. And he looks at them, and then he looks at us, and he looks at them. And in a quiet voice, he goes, "Are you guys here alone?" And we're both like, "Yeah." He asks if we have security. We both said no. And then he pauses for a second. His wife comes out of the dressing room. And then he looks at us, and then looks at the guy with the clown mask tattooed on his face, who put a clown mask that we had on, which doesn't make sense because he's already got one permanently on his face. But he's watching him. And then he looks at us and then his wife and goes, "Are they making you nervous too?" And that was when my body went numb. That moment when you feel your soul leave your body for a second, that was a moment for me. Because I thought that maybe I'm stereotyping these people, so I'm getting this energy. I thought maybe my coworker / friend was also. I thought that maybe we both were nervous because it's late, the clown craze happened recently, and he's got a prison jumpsuit. But the fact that this guy, who's a giant, and his wife, who's also very built, and this guy's a veteran, feels the same energy that we do, is very telling and very uncomfortable. Because you could see in this guy's eyes that he had seen some shit in his life. And the fact that this group of people is making this guy nervous, I just wasn't, it was a lot. And I just, to really pinpoint the feeling that I had at that time, I couldn't do. And so, we're just like, yeah, they're making us nervous. And we're just watching them, walk around, do their thing. I'm thinking, if they want to take anything, I don't give a shit. I'll help them pack it up. I don't care. And then they look at each other, the wife and the guy, and they say, "Well, we're not leaving until they do." And then I felt my soul leave my body again, because it's one thing to feel this nervous energy about these people. It's another thing to feel like you have to stay somewhere to make sure nothing bad happens. Because that tells me that these two people who didn't even know us were so concerned about these people that they were scared to leave us alone with them. And that was a scary moment for me, because that made me realize, okay, so this is real. This isn't us just being stereotypical. This isn't us being weird, scared girls at night in an adult store. This is a real thing, and that I should be worried, and that she should be worried too. And we both were very uncomfortable and stayed very close to this couple. And so we're just kind of waiting for them to leave at this point. And we're like praying for them to leave. Neither one of us prays, neither one of us believes in that kind of thing, but we're still praying. And so they start to leave, and one of the girls is carrying the orange jumpsuit. And they start to leave, and the girl beeps, which means she took something, put it in the jumpsuit, and then went through the Sensormatic like a fucking idiot and beeped. But before we could get to her, she got to the car, and we think that she put it in the car, but was still carrying the jumpsuit. My friend tries to go outside to get her, and I'm like, I'm sorry? No, you're not going out there. Like, they can have the lashes. They can't have your life, because I was worried that if she went out there and confronted them, it would go bad. So we were just like, you know what, you go, whatever. Take your really cheap eyelashes if you need them that bad, go. So then they leave, and I'm still not relieved that they're gone. I'm still freaked the fuck out, because what if they come back when this couple leaves? What if when we leave this store, they're gonna follow us home? What if we've upset them so much from not taking that prison outfit that they decide to jump us? These are thoughts that are coming into my mind, because it's like, maybe I should have taken the prison outfit. Maybe I upset them because of that. Like, I don't know if these people are dangerous, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do if something happens. But thank God for this couple that stayed behind, because I genuinely feel like if they didn't stay behind, my coworker and I wouldn't be safe. I think the situation would have gone completely differently, because it was just, I don't know if any of you have ever felt that kind of palpable energy where it's just so strong that you are scared for your life and for whoever's with you, that for a second in your mind you think, something bad could happen to me right now, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So I do think that this couple really kept us safe, and it meant a lot to us, and they waited for a little bit longer to make sure they weren't coming back, and then they left the store. We ended up calling the police because it was just wrong. It was something about it, and maybe we didn't have to, but we felt unsafe because we were both worried. Like, again, what if they come back? What if they're waiting in the parking lot? Stuff like that. I really need to learn how to clear the memory out of things and delete things that I don't need. But anyway, I do remember one of the cops thought that the guy with the clown mask tattooed on his face was a white supremacist, which didn't make sense to us because two of the people he was with were of color. So it just didn't make sense. And then the other cop thought he was a gang member that just got out of jail, which it's like, okay, well, I mean, what told you that? Because again, I don't want to stereotype, but at the same time, it's kind of hard not to, because it was just, there was something wrong. Not just about that guy, but about the group altogether. But she took me home. Usually I ride the bus because I'm a waste youth and I don't drive. But she took me home. She was not going to let me ride the bus. And so luckily she took me home. And I remember it had to be within my first year of where I work, because I remember thinking, wow, this was a great bonding experience, you know, being scared that we're going to die together. And what's weird is whenever her and I work together, weird shit happens all of the time. And it's crazy how much her and I have moved forward, because when I started, I was an associate and she was a sales lead, and now she's my store manager and I'm her assistant. So it's just crazy kind of how things go. And maybe it was a great bonding experience to fear for our lives together. Maybe it solidified our friendship. So yeah, there you go. That was the story of the guy with the clown mask tattooed on his face. That was one of the moments in my life from where I work where I was genuinely afraid for my life, because there was a second where I thought something bad could happen to us right now, and I don't know what to do about that. It doesn't happen often. There have been moments where I've been creeped out, a little bit freaked out, but not since then have I ever been scared for my life. And I really am grateful for that couple that stuck behind to keep us safe. And I think they still come in occasionally, which is really cool. So I really appreciate them. But all in all, for some reason, as I said, in October, it brings the negative weird out of people more than normal. And so, you know, just on Halloween night and in October anyway, just be careful and protect yourself. Carry pepper spray or a knife or something to protect yourself, because people are weird. And I mean, people are weird anyway, so maybe it's just good to have protection anyway. So, yeah, but still, have a great October. October is one of the best months out of the year, and Halloween is so much fun, and I'm super excited about it. And tomorrow, our theme for tomorrow is Tim Burton, and I'm really excited for it, and I'm excited for my costume and stuff. So, yeah, it's gonna be great. But thank you for joining me in this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any creepy stories about certain things that have happened to you, let me know, because while certain things like the paranormal do scare me, people are terrifying. Really, people are scary, and they can do some terrible things, and that's what scares me the most. And so if you have any stories like that, let me know. And if you liked this video, as I said before, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe and see more videos like this, or I guess any other videos, I don't know, let me know. And subscribe and hit that bell notification whenever I post. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. Stay spooky. And this is Kat signing off. Bye.